take a trip around the world with music from around the globe. Colors of Rhythm with your host DJ Ron John. Fridays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on iLive Radio, iliveradio.com.
Hey, what's going on, everybody in cyberspace? This is The Groove Show with your boy, the crowd pleaser, DJ Mark Anthony. Don't forget, each and every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m., we want to put you in the mood for whatever the night has in store. I'm playing only the best feel-good party rocking, body-shaking music from funk to soul to reggae to R&B, house to salsa, and much, much more. We call it The Groove each and every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Keep it locked. It's the crowd pleaser, baby. You know how we do. We'll see you on the air. Peace.
Attention all musicians, bands, associations, clubs, and organizations that represent collective styles of music across Canada. Now is the time to rebuild our collective music nation genres like hip-hop, R&B, jazz, soul, reggae, gospel, and more united. The Collective Music Nation is a non-profit organization committed to the development of collective music. Free memberships are available now. The Collective Music Nation. One voice, strength in unity.
Need a personal shopper? Christmas, Boxing Day, and New Year's is just around the corner. Show up in style. I'll do the runaround for you so you don't have to. Contact me, Delicia Henry, your personal shopper and stylist, at bechic.notbougie@gmail.com.
You're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio. iLive Radio.
The number one hit music station.
Welcome to the EIP Lounge. Everyday, interesting people.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the EIP Lounge. This is your boy, Mr. I Am, and I'm glad to let you know that I'm here and alone today. But I'm happy to be here with my boy James, and we're going to talk about side pieces. But before we do that, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to everybody that could come in and be a part of this conversation. And also, I'm just trying to get a hold of my dear friend, Zane, and aka Dano, and we're just going to go get this thing started. So, yes, we're here to talk about side pieces today. James, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Yes. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about side pieces and go from there. And Jem, let me just ask you a question. What's your viewpoint on side pieces? Like, how do you view them and whatnot? What's your...
Side pieces. I think almost everybody, I won't say everybody, but almost everybody has probably played a side piece role once in their life. The question is, why do we want side pieces?
That's a good question. Why do we want side pieces? Is it necessary to have a side piece? Who knows? Let's get into it.
Let's do it, man.
All right. Okay. So let's start with the first question. Okay. So, do you think at any time it's okay to have a side piece if you had a relationship that's going sour? Do you think it's good to have a side piece?
A relationship going sour.
Yeah, that would be like a good time to have.
Yeah, the fact that you said the word sour you're definitely going to entertain a side piece. Let's call it spade for spade.
Well, in my opinion, it's just that if you're gonna have that type of relationship, I prepare for the headaches too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like particularly a fan of them, but I know there's been people in my lifetime who, you know, has talked about having it and the benefits of it, and all I think is just like money, more money, more problems. So more kitty, more problems. You have to get the meow chow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So like for me, it's just kind of like I've never gotten it, but I mean, it's all about the experience too of the person who decided to do that. What do you think?
So like, I'll speak for myself.
Okay.
I can't, like, you know what I mean? Haven't had a side piece before. But I would also understand why an individual would want a side piece. The fact that you brought up that if a relationship is going sour and no one's trying to fix the relationship, they're just allowing it to even become more sour, more spoiled, right? Some people decide to step out to get that, or what they would consider a breath of fresh air to them in their eyes, right? So, and then, like you said, probably at first it might be exciting, like, you know, you have a side piece, you can do whatever you want. She knows her role, you know your role. It's just what it is, right? But then when you have a side piece, you do get headaches from that side piece. I'm a believer that someone's bound to catch feelings.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that someone's gonna catch feelings, right? And if you treat the side piece as it's supposed to be a side piece, and then I don't know if that's gonna happen. But if that side piece feels like they're entitled and they need to become that main chick, then heaven help you.
You know, I would like to hear from some of our listeners who are in a situation as the side pieces, or in a relationship where they have a side piece, because really and truly, it's an interesting concept for me. Like, it's a kind of thing where I'm curious, like how do you what do you tell one another? What's the arrangement? What's the understanding of it? Do you know any type of rules to the whole side piece game?
From what I hear, right, some you know, I have you know, homies, brothers, whatever, you know, and I heard that there's contracts, a side piece contract, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that they have to be bound to that contract, like, you know what I mean? So, like, with the rules, like, there's always rules to everything, right? You try to make a rule. I would think,
Okay.
right? But does anybody really follow the rules after? You know what I mean? But if I was gonna put a rule in, I'll be like, well, you know, you cannot be the main chick. You know, I'm just here to get a nut, like, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, cause calling for what it is, right? Because I don't know what most men want from a side piece. Some men would it'd be just the sex. It could be someone just to listen to.
Yeah, okay.
It could be a variety of things, right? But then, me personally, if I had a side chick, it would have to be probably just the sex. I don't think I would want her to listen to me, hear my concerns, because then I think that's kind of like, you know what I mean? You're confusing the situation going forward, right? And then that what you think that is a side chick is trying to become that main chick, and now she's listening to your concerns. She's trying to give you advice. She's trying to, like, you know what I mean? In that sense, and I don't know. I don't. That's a slippery slope. I don't think I want to go down that slippery slope. Like, you know, so that'll be like you definitely gotta put some boundaries to that rules, and like, you know, write things on pen and paper. Put that contract in.
Well, from my understanding, that there was certain rules that apply in regards to side pieces would be
Recording in progress.
would be for example, don't call after 9 p.m. If you know I'm going to be with the wife, don't call after 9 p.m. Also, if I'm out with the wife, don't call me then. Don't ask where I am. And when I call you, just make sure you're available.
You're damn right.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have my boy Dano, all the way up in God knows where.
Stop it.
Yo, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm out here.
Yeah, we miss you,
They
man.
know, the one and only.
Yeah, we miss you, man. We miss you. So I was just talking to my boy James. James, introduce yourself to Dano.
Yo, what's going on, Dano?
Yes.
How are you, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I know it's wild weather out there.
You
Appreciate you guys.
Yo, it's definitely wild weather out here right now.
Man. Yeah.
But Dano, I was.
But I hear you out here. You guys
Oh, you
talking
hear
about
it?
your little side piece and your Meti. I hear you guys.
So what were you telling me? What were you saying? What's your viewpoint on it?
On the side piece of Meti, I think it's a Caribbean culture type of aspect.
Okay.
No.
That's what I think. I think it's more of a Caribbean thing. But you know what? I'm just saying that because that's what I grew up in and that's what somewhat I've seen. But I think in a lot of cultures they do it.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
I do. I think a lot of cultures. I know. Like I was talking to this one friend. I think in African culture, you have like 4 wives and whatever. It's like that. It's just if you're able to do it and your partner is willing to go forth with you, I guess so. But I ain't personally doing it, so I ain't worried too much about it.
But don't you think that's kind of different than like a side piece and having many wives are different circumstances, right?
True.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we were just talking about the unwritten rule, and there was a couple that I know about, like not to call after 9 p.m. Make sure you're available when I need you. But I just don't understand why would somebody put themselves in a situation like that. What do you think about that, Dano?
I think people. Let's say more. The generation now is more open. They're more understanding. So I feel people are just they don't want to feel tied down. So I can see it now, but also I used to think that people who would be in situations like that were more or less almost weak-minded or not strong or insecure. Why they allow themselves to go in that? Because I feel that at time frames when they allow themselves in a position, they may not value themselves as much.
Okay.
Right, and not understand that you can be a number one. It's just at this time frame, at this person, you may not be that. So I just feel now it's more acceptable now because it's more broadcast and everyone's probably talking about it and people are okay with their sexuality or more open with their sexuality. So that's just why I feel that some people are probably able to go forth with it now compared to how it was back in the days. It was just old school standard. This is what you do. This is what it's supposed to be like. But now everyone's open to it. Now everyone's almost free to do whatever they want and try and experiment. So that's the reason why I feel people are more acceptable or even open to doing it now, if that makes sense.
So you're saying that you're kind of open to it.
Listen,
Yeah.
it ain't me you talking about. I can tell you that. It's not me.
Okay. I'm just listen, Dano. I just gotta make sure you're on your P's and Q's because I haven't talked to you in a bit. So we're gonna have fun tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you also know any unwritten rules in regards to having a side piece or that type of situation? Do you know any unwritten rules?
Unwritten rules of having a side piece?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't do my research, but some of the rules of a side piece is like, I feel when you have a side piece, you don't really bring them out in public. They stay. They may not get the same perks as the main one. Do you understand that one? That one's on the hush. Like you may get certain days of the weeks. You ain't get like the Friday, Saturday, Sundays. You may get like a little Tuesday, a Wednesday.
Those dead days.
Yeah, you get them days. You get the throw days. You may not get the holidays. You may get like, you know, like if Christmas 25th, you may get like the 22nd or something. Like you can't get the main days.
You don't get Valentine's Day, that love day?
No, you may get Family Day. You may get the little Family Day, but you ain't get no Valentine's Day. You may get St. Patrick's, all that. But you can't get the main ones. You got to justify that, but that's also that. And also when you're in public, if you ever are in public with this individual, you keep it almost friendly like. So I figure those are the games to play. If just saying that was me, but I'm good.
Well, you know, let's venture off. Okay? Let's just say.
Let's do this. Okay.
Okay. So, what do you think is the benefits of having a side relationship?
Wait. Hold on. Okay. A side piece is not a relationship. Let's call it for what it is.
Side situationship or whatever.
Then it's like, and then back me up here if you agree with me. Like, if you're saying a side relationship, that's like living a double life. Like, I'm not trying to live a double life, brother. I'm not. I'm just like, side piece is like, you know, I'm in, like you just said, you don't call me after 9. If I'm with the main, don't hit me up. If I don't respond to you, don't get upset. When I call, you better be there. Like that side piece. Like if you're talking about like side relationships, it's like you're trying to spend that quality time. I'm not trying to have you as a quality chick. That's why you're that side piece. I'm like, let's keep it 100. Right? If I have that main woman, like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, she's giving me headaches right now, and like, you know, and we're on our ups and downs, and I may step out, but like, you know, I'm going back home, like, you know, and you're just gonna be there.
Okay, they don't.
I'm just saying. That sounds like but correct me if I'm wrong. That's not what a side chick is? It's not.
It is.
Right? That's the rule, right?
From experience.
No.
Booklet out there.
No. But I just have to understand something before I can even get myself involved in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm even gonna entertain it, and then, like, you know, I gotta write some rules. I gotta make sure, like, you know what I mean? And I gotta make sure if I know anybody that's ever done that, I gotta get some tips and tricks. Like, let's call it 100. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, that's how I look at it. Like, you know what I mean? And like, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, like I said earlier when I came on, I said, I think not everyone, but mostly a lot of people, that's saying man and woman have been a side piece. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, just like how we say, certain men will say, yeah, we have our side chick here. I'm pretty sure there might some women, if not a lot of women, will say, well, they got side dudes as well on the side.
I think most of them do.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I heard like that. What's that dude that used to be from I don't know what group? Pretty Ricky, Pleasure P, boyfriend number 2. Like, he's playing a number 2 role. Like, and he all made a song about it. Like, you know what I mean? And girls were vibing to it. Women were vibing to it. So you already know what it is.
Well, you know what? I believe when you say when people do have a side piece, is that they must feel that their partner is probably missing something, and that side piece may have a feature or attribute that they're feeling to almost put like to a 70%. Your main girl's probably 70%, but the side piece is 30% to almost balance and make it 100. Because I feel like the side piece could be giving that person something that their main girl may not be giving them. Do you understand? Like, they may be getting the attention, the affection more than they want. The side piece may have a standard of how they do things more sexually than their main girl. So like, yo, I'm with it. Like, my main girl's safe, but the side piece does whatever we want. The side piece is more of the wild, spontaneous. Your main girl may be more content and not as vicious. So those are things that probably features that they may find in the side piece. And it could be just a physical attraction that, you know, this girl's physically attractive and I just can't take my eyes off her. I just want to do things with her. Yeah. And that's why I feel when some people do have a side piece, like, okay, cool. Like, I still love the main girl, but the side piece is just giving me something on the side to just keep me not interested, but keep me going with the main girl. Because sometimes I question if I should keep pushing with this one. But like they said, the grass is not always green on the other side. Sometimes people are looking at grass, but it's turf.
You
So
got that right.
twisted. Don't let these side pieces fool you out here. They're tricking us out. Not us. Let me change my wording. I was slipping. They're tricking the people out here.
I hear you.
Tricking people out here. I see all these videos out here about how they're changing us up, making stuff look perfect, and all this filter. They're cheating. They're cheating this
of
game.
course.
Don't get it twisted, guys.
The game is serious, man. The game is serious out here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the lovely co-host, Jareen, in the building. And it's gonna get interesting.
Okay.
So I want to hear what Miss Jareen have to say and about the benefits of having a side piece. Jareen, you there?
Listen, she knows what the benefits are of having a side piece. It's not just us out here slipping up. Don't make it seem like it's us. Hey, look at the statistics. It's not just us making mistakes out here.
Hey.
They know what side beats are.
Hey, you're right. I couldn't agree with you more, brother.
I'm telling you, and they're introducing you to their side piece too. It's like, oh, hey, this is Matthew. Hey, Matthew, what's up? Hey, this is Fred. Matthew's playing this role well.
Yeah,
this guy's playing, he's playing games with me, coming watching football games and everything. And I'm over here thinking Matthew's a friend. Meanwhile, Matthew's like, we both having fun.
Listen, Matthew's clapping up the team.
Don't let them women fool you. Talk to him, Dream. Talk to him. Don't make him fool you out here, make it seem like I'm going crazy.
See?
Hey, Jareen, how you doing, dear?
Hey, guys. It's Jareen here. I'm trying to zoom in from the road. This weather is crazy. My apologies.
No, we appreciate
My apologies.
Drive safe.
And I was trying to hear what you guys were saying. I could only get a few pieces, but I feel like how you guys normally are, you're probably all wrong anyways.
Wow.
I feel like everything I don't need to hear. I don't need to listen to know that you guys probably said some things that if I heard, I would have to correct.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So I'm coming in knowing that, right? So, I mean, fun topic tonight. It seems like every time this topic was to come on, this weather is like, no, not tonight. But I'm going to get my points in today. So we're talking about, main partner, side partner culture. I did hear the part where Dano was saying he thinks it's more of a Caribbean thing. We grew up wifey, matey. There's tons of reggae songs about wifey and matey. You know what I mean? Wifey just walk out, matey stand up something. So, right? So there's tons of songs. It's an actual part of our culture. Even though sometimes it's looked down upon, those of us, again, that grew up in it have known about it. And I heard Mr. I.M. say he doesn't understand why people would be in that situation. But I think we have to look at it from different point of view, right? So, and, I should start to say, like, my interpretation of main partner, side partner is not even so much polyamory, but, because polyamory means they express consent, right? But you have your partner and that partner has someone else that you're aware of. You guys probably fight about it all the time, right? But you're not leaving and the other person is not leaving, right? But, and I hate to say this, but there is a man shortage out there right now.
Wow.
Right? There's more women than men, right? So I'm just looking at as to why reasons people would be in this situation. Sometimes, you find a good partner. You find someone that checks off every box. They treat you wonderfully. Everything that you need is in that box. Boom, check, check, check. But they have somebody, right? And maybe you're at an age where you've been dating and you've been out there and you see what's out there is nothing that you want, but here's a person that you want, but there's that hitch. And some people are okay to be like that and to be in a relationship like that. And I think we have to stop judging those relationships. We have to stop judging those relationships because that person knows why they're in it, right? Again, is it perfect? No. We are fighting all the time. I'm sure they fight every week, right? But they know why they're in that situation. So I can understand it. It's slim pickings out here.
Yeah.
Very slim pickings out here. And those of us are at our age, we're all older, you know what I'm saying? Either are in a relationship or, in a situationship. So it's almost inevitable you're going to find someone that may be with somebody already.
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, again, we have to really look at it a little differently, right? And I also think you can love more than one person at one time.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are ready for that. I don't know if y'all are ready for that, but I do think you can love more than one person.
When you say love,
You don't think so?
when you say love, what love are you talking about? I need to hear this right now.
I'm talking about the affection you feel, other than, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Are we talking about love of the flesh?
When
Like
you
I need
love
to
somebody.
know. Like I need to know.
Not just.
I need.
Yeah, it's not just sexual love, but I mean. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I'm just like I'm intrigued by what you said. Like I completely understand where you're coming from. That there's a shortage of men. I agree with that. There is a shortage of men. It's just what it is, and every man is different, and every man's accomplished many different things in their lives, right? So it's like you said, slim pickings. To each their own on, and if they choose to accept the role, that they want, that they're willing to accept. But it's just like from a male's aspect, not all males. I'm going to say most males, right? I can't speak for every male here, right? I don't know if most males want to use that word love when they know that female is just that side, right? And that's why I was talking when I said, when you say love, like what do we mean? Are we loving the flesh? Are we loving the person's are we loving the person's mind? Like you know what I mean? Is it just what it is? It's just like an in and out situation, or you have your days where I see you, that's it, and then I go back home. Like that's where the argument came. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, thank you. So that's where I'm just trying to just to understand, right? Because it's so true that men are from Mars and women are from Venus in this situation, because what we perceive and what a lot of women perceive are two different things, right? And I think that's when feelings get like involved in a side piece relationship, right? It becomes ugly after, right? Because it's not like the purpose of a side piece is just like Daniel said, it's just there for the moment. Like you're there these days and that's it. Like, you're covering 30% of that 70%. You're covering the 30% of what my main chick is missing, right? And it gets a little bit stickier. So that's what I just want to have a better understanding of it here.
So I completely disagree.
Okay.
Sometimes a side piece is not just there for the moment, right? Sometimes, you've seen relationships where somebody is with somebody, but maybe their family is expecting them to be with somebody else, right? Or maybe who they feel like they're supposed to marry is not that person, but they love that person with their whole heart and their whole soul, but they pick up who they're supposed to marry, right? That person might still be in that person's life. So it's not always just a side piece, or, it's not for the moment, or it's just for now. I genuinely do believe that some of these relationships create genuine emotions, right? We change throughout our lifetime, right? What we love right now, we may not love 10 years from now. What we love right now, we didn't love 10 years ago, right? So to think that there's not a possibility that we as humans, maybe in a relationship and we meet somebody else that we feel connected to. And of course, yes, it's a problem. It's going to be a problem. There's going to be fights. But I don't think it's unfathomable that we would meet somebody else who we feel attraction to, not just physical attraction, that we feel a connection to. And then, as you said, that's where the problems come in, right? Because we have this westernized view of what relationships are supposed to be, whole nother topic. But I do think, again, like I said, I'm going to stand on it, that you can love more than one person at one time. And it's not always just, like you said, in the moment.
Okay, so thank you, Minister. I feel something coming over. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Now, let's get back on topic. This is not about no relationship. This is about side piece. Side piece.
That's what I mean.
I can love you for who you are, whatnot. We're talking about side pieces.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about know your position. We're
Preach.
talking about, listen, don't call me after 9, like I said before.
Preach.
And I mean, don't call me after 9.
Preach.
But here we are with Sister Jareen. We have Sister Jareen, and the apostles. I think the 12 apostles is with you right now. And you're talking about love. And
Say it again.
I said your 12 apostles is beside you in the car or somewhere on that.
You guys, because you guys wanna avoid it. You guys just want to make it seem like it's a slam bam, thank you, ma'am type of thing. But it's not. I don't know why you guys are afraid of emotions. Why you guys always come so hurt?
Wait, hold on. No,
you guys are so afraid to talk about emotions.
I don't think man.
I don't think so afraid to talk about emotions.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that. I don't think men are afraid to talk about the emotion. It's just what it is. It's because men do talk about their emotions. I'm a firm believer in that. They're because they don't like to talk about it vocally all the time and say, oh, well, this is how I'm feeling this moment. No, we just built different on how we handle our emotions. We can keep our emotions in check, and at times when we need to show it, we're going to show it. That's just who we are as men. Now, to the topic of the side piece topic, which that's the understanding is it's a side piece is a side piece. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, you know what I mean? Even if it's not there for the moment, it could be there for a few months, but you're still a side piece, right? And it's just, what more do I want, right? If like Dano said, I got 70% at home. Maybe she's not fulfilling everything else I need her to fulfill. Then I'm gonna go and something that happens, you find that 30%. But more or less, that's what that is. 30%. Nothing more, nothing less. Right? So I'm just gonna hug it right there and say, you know what, that's it. Slam. I shouldn't be a slam bam, but most times that's what it is. It's a slam bam.
But
like, you know what I mean? And
that's crazy.
I'm not being I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being honest. Like, you know what I mean? And most men feel that way. It's like, you know what I mean? And like, you're right though. So when feelings start to get involved in it, it's no longer a side piece situation. It becomes a side relationship, which is a complete headache. Who wants headaches? Because some people catch feelings, and who wants to have that feeling? Well, I'd rather have that feeling for my wife at home. That's about it. Well, I don't want to have it for my wife and my side piece. And then she's gonna catch feelings and say, I'm trying to be that number one chick, trying to outdo the wife. Like, who wants that? Like, you know what I mean? That's why contracts need to be written in agreement. Said, hey, this is what we agreed to. If you cannot fulfill these agreements, then hey, we gotta part ways.
But hold on. You're going Relax. Hold on. So question. I'm just wondering how this works. So, okay, we do the side piece. Do we have to, if it's a male, do we got to disclose, like, the side piece possibly knows the position, but do we got to tell the main piece, or do we just, like, everyone just plays a position, we just keep them separate, or do you feel we should involve them, Dre?
Howard, you want to answer that one, Howard?
Should we involve everyone, or should we just keep it separate? Because it's almost like it's separate. It's minimizing the argument and the competition. But it's like, okay, you know what your strengths are. You know what your strengths are. I'm going to keep it neutral unless I bring you guys together. Then other than that, stay separate. That's why I think side piece is going to be. But like you said, sometimes these side piece thinks they're Scottie Pippen. They want to be Jordan. You have to understand, you're covering from 1 to 4. You stay down there. We don't need you covering everything else. Like, just play your position. So, but it's rugged. I just feel we just got to communicate, because if you don't communicate, that's when it gets ugly. Because people's feelings, and once the feeling starts kicking in, it's game over. I just don't understand how people can balance it though, because that's crazy how you're trying to balance each other's emotion. And like Julian said, basically saying that the women are outnumbering men. The ratio, I think, is like 5 to 1. So really and truly, let's say one woman gets married, there's 4 out there that are potential side pieces. Right? So some of these women out here need to take consideration. These guys that they're walking past, not paying any mind, who are 30%, you may have to take them and build them up to a 60. He may not be the 100 you need. Right? They may not be the 100. Stop walking past these 60s and looking at these 80% guys. Those 80% guys are already taken. We lost those criminal pop years ago. Like you said, we're more seasoned now, so you got to cop that 30, 40 and build up. You got to mold into what you need it to be.
Well,
am I wrong?
Hey, Brother Dano, I'm glad that you brought the apostle. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you brought.
Please send an offering plate around, please, God. I'm just collecting because obviously I'm putting some work out here. We need to establish this, but it's also different from the female side. I'm just telling you from the male aspect.
Yeah,
I feel there's some unwritten rules, like we said there are. We may not be disclosing them too much because we don't want to give up the Bible that these women feel like, oh, they're gonna get in the Bible and start anticipating and reading us.
Oh, I was on mute. I was on mute because what did that cost?
No, it was the presence of the Father. It was the presence of the Father.
They're talking PR shit you guys are talking, okay? First of all, listen, I just heard 80% this percent. It don't matter. There are men out there that have 100% at home and will still find a side partner. I hate the word side piece. It almost sounds like KFC chicken. You know why I use side piece?
That's how it goes sometimes.
A side partner or a side gal, right? There are men out there who seemingly are happy at home, and I use the word seemingly, we're not in the relationship, but will still step out and have a side partner. So here's the thing about side piece and main piece. My view, Dano, I heard you say, should they know about one another? And a lot of them sometimes know about one another, but they're not going to get along. You know what I mean? Because it's not a polyamorous relationship, right? So they didn't all sit down around the dinner table and talk about the relationship. Nothing more than when, say, you have your side piece, Dano, and you leave, and your wife say, yo, go tell your girl, hi. Where you go? You go here, girl, yard? That's what the conversations are. You know what I mean?
Relax.
That's what the...
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't confirm with that now. Don't be putting that on me.
That is what the conversation is. And when you're there, your side piece, our side partner's house now, that side partner saying, yo, you're going home to your wife? You're going home to your girl? I bet your girl can't even cook. That's why you come over here, come eat. Them things, right? That's what the back and forth is. I know, I have a friend. She's a few years older than me, so I'm in my 40s. And her father is married to her mother for over 40 years because her older sisters are almost in their 50s. And he has his wife for over, say, 50 years, let's call it, and has a partner for the same amount of time. Right? And these are big grown people. These are people now in their 70s, right? Looking up to 80s, right? And they're all aware of each other. The wife did not leave when she found out. You know what I mean? And the side partner has been there. From what I know, she doesn't have any children or anything for him, but he played her role for 50 years and is still playing her role. He takes one on vacation, he takes the next on vacation. You know what I mean? One goes to this event, the next one goes to that event.
Too much spending.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. It's not always just about, a cut and go through.
Okay.
Sometimes genuine relationships are formed from these matches and from these meetings. And we have to look at it differently and not judge people that are in those relationships.
No,
and it's funny
right,
enough, I find it's not the men that get judged, it's the women that get judged.
But who judges the women?
Once a woman is known to have one man and another man, that's it. It's like, oh my God, she has two men, she's this, she's that. She's in the streets, body counts and all these things, and that's not fair. Because you guys can do it all the time. And like I said,
whoa, this is like.
Am I wrong?
Who you mad
Hold on. I'm hearing some. I'm hearing some passion. I'm hearing the passion right now.
No, but am I wrong? Am I wrong? You guys would judge a woman who has a main partner and a side partner, where you guys aren't judged as harshly.
Howard, go please.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Howard, go.
Tell you that you're not wrong. You're right. I understand that, and we need to change that. And I do like your understanding where you're saying that sometimes a side piece is not just cut and go through. It could be a relationship. It could be a friend that molded into that position and just want to play and be almost a family. But you know what? If I have a side piece for 40, 50 years, that means they help raise my kids, take them to school. That's a solid.
That's a relationship, my friend.
That's a relationship.
That's a relationship.
Yeah,
that's not a side piece.
Jeez,
that's a relationship.
Let the record reflect, please.
I have to cut my grass at home and go to the side piece and cut that grass too?
Yes.
Let the record reflect. Let the record reflect.
You have the role to play.
Let the record.
You have the role to play.
Let the record reflect.
Right.
So,
but I need you guys to answer me why you guys judge women.
Whoa!
Who are in the same situation? Whoa. I said you guys. Stop it. Because you guys, that's what the three of you probably sit down and do. So why do you guys judge why do men, or why, not even just men, because other women will judge other women also who are in that situation. Why are women judged so much harshly if they have more than one partner at the same time?
Okay, can I tag myself in, Howard?
Let me tag you in. Go.
All right, take.
I might just be playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
I might just be playing devil's advocate, so I just want to hear. So don't attack me, I beg you.
No.
But
There's
go
no.
ahead.
This is just a discussion we're having. No attacking, not at all.
Not at all.
Now,
Okay.
I don't believe, like I said, there might be some men that do judge women that have two men, but I think most of the judgment comes from the woman, to be honest, right? Because that's what I notice. That a lot of women like to hate on other women, saying, "Well, why does she have two men? This and that." Ray. A man doesn't business if the woman has bigger partners, because at the end of the day, it's what that man's intent, like what he is looking for. If he's like saying, "Yo, I just want to get a cut and dip," why do I care if she has two men that are supporting her or taking care of her? Right? I'm just saying it from that. So I don't see really too much men judging women. I see more women judging women on that matter. Now, you're right. It is a double standard, right, when it comes down to it, right? But we get flagged as men. We get flagged saying, "Yeah, we're gonna have a side piece." If a man says, "I don't have a side piece, I don't even have a woman," a lot of times the women don't even believe that. They say, "Nah, why would a man like you can't find a woman Ray this and Ray that?" So, like, you know what I mean? It's that we can't really say that in that sense here, right? We're not really judging a woman. And to be honest, if you want to really get down to the sticky icky of everything here, I think more women have side pieces than men do. Just saying, right? And it's just it's just a definition of what we consider a side piece. Like let's call it spade for spade, right? A woman has a checklist of what she looks for in a man, right? Right? That checklist is long. And if that man doesn't meet all her checklists, she's finding the next man that meets some of that checklist. So one man might be slamming her good. One man might be financially stable and giving her stuff. One man might be able to take care of her kids good. One man might cut the lawn, whatever that list is. She has different standards, and she's finding that in different men. It's like, you know what I mean? So like let's call it 100 right here, right? So yeah, like man's side, when man look at a side piece, when most women think of a man having a side piece, is not really a relationship. They're thinking that, oh, he's sleeping with that next woman because I'm not good, I'm not able to perform well. Right? And that's really that word, that terminology came from. It's not because of a relationship. It's really because that's what it was. It was a bedroom thing that, well, you can't perform well. You're not really that good. My sexual needs are higher than yours right now. So I gotta, since you, like, you know what I mean? You're not really performing well on that stage. I gotta get that performer well for that meanwhile till you get up to par. Right? So that's like, if you think about it, that's the real like difference in the side pieces, right?
Go ahead, Dano. Go ahead.
But to answer James basically saying, why do men? Me personally, I feel that we at time frames feel when men, like we stated before, our natures are different. Like we're more of a physically attracted. And there's some men out there who are more emotionally attracted. But the physical attraction is like, okay, we can see someone, we're physically attractive. We just want to watch this one now. Physically attracted and just want to do something with them. But with the females, I personally felt that after I've been educated, I personally felt that the women would like to get to know them and they get emotionally involved. That's the reason why it was almost like, okay, cool. When they have a side piece, almost frowned upon, because it's like, are you just doing a little quick cut and slide, or you really involved? It's like you really want to be a part of this life. You care about this person. Like this time for a man can do things with female and just do it and just go on another way. You can walk past this girl, won't even say anything. Am I wrong?
Well, no, I don't think you're wrong in that aspect. And that was the lady brought up, right? She said it well. She's like, some people that man had that side piece for like 50 years. That's not a side piece. That's a relationship. He's living a double life.
That's a marriage.
That's a marriage. That's a double life.
That's a marriage.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I'm taking you away on trips. You that good enough for me to take you on trips? Like like I'm just saying, I would never call it. I'll never call it a side piece. I would say that's a second relationship. That's what that is. That's not a side piece at all. That's a relationship fully.
Right.
So I wouldn't call. And do most men want a second relationship? Some do, without a doubt. Some do, but I think most don't.
Oof.
Right? Am I wrong with that analysis?
Again, if we look at the culture, there's a Whitney Houston song, and Whitney sings about it. A few precious moments is all that I need. That whole song is about her being a side piece.
Yeah, but
that was Whitney. That's like 80s Whitney.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, of course.
So it's when I Googled songs about side partners, I was blown away. Sometimes I have to search for certain songs for certain topics. There was so many to choose from so many genres, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rap, R&B, reggae, hip hop, country, blues. There was so many different genres that I sat back and I'm like, wow, this is a real thing. And it's been a thing for years and years and years and years and years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it comes at a time that we have to just look at it a bit differently and maybe try to understand it. I still maybe don't really understand it. I love this conversation. I've heard a lot of good points tonight, but we just have to look at it differently. We have to look at a lot of things in life differently, but especially this. And, you guys...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I think I'm saying you guys talked about, like, rules and, and these are all... No one wrote these rules anywhere. You know what I mean? These are just rules that society came up with, right? So that's how common... It shows you how common it is that we just know these things to do if we are entering into such a relationship.
Careful.
That is more common than what we think.
Careful.
Okay, so with that said,
right? It's more common than what we think.
With that said,
it's more common than what we think.
Sorry about that, Dreen. With that said, let's go to our next question. Why do people get into these type of situations and arrangements? You know what I'm saying? I think really and truly, like, the side chick has it bad. You know what I'm saying? They don't have much, but just, I'm at your call whenever you need me. So why would you put yourself in that situation? You were talking about, like, some R&B songs. One R&B song in particular I think about is As We Lay, the Kelly Price version of it. As We Lay. We thought about tomorrow as we lay. Continue, Jareen. You were singing, so how does it go? Singing song. Come on, sister. Come on.
About the price we have. I know it. Go ahead.
We thought about the price we had to pay.
Go ahead.
Now, saying all that, why do some people put themselves in a situation like that? Because you also mentioned about, feelings and love and things could build up. I'm not saying you cannot build a relationship from being the side person, because I've known situations where, the young lady was the side piece or whatever the case may be, and then, they end up being with the one they wanted to be with, and it worked out because, his relationship wasn't working out, and he needed to get away, and he found it the way to get away. But that's rare, though. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare, because there's a situation where, when you look at it, anytime you hear, like, for example, a young lady is in a situation where they're with that person they want to be with, what's the common thing they always say? Oh, he's going to leave. Oh, he says he loves me. And for me, it's kind of like, no, you're getting away from what the situation really is. And somehow I do blame the men. The men should not be using words like love. You're the only one I think of. Shut up. That's a lie. Stop it. Treat her like the way you position her, and that's a side piece.
Side piece.
Treat her like, don't give her no hopes. And for you ladies out there, stop hoping. Don't. If you're with a married man and he said, I'm going to leave my wife for you, just be patient with me. Listen.
Have sense.
Go boil some dumpling and some yam. Make some macaroni sausage and think about it. Because that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? One thing in sure in life is there's taxes, and what else?
No, go ahead.
Death.
Go ahead.
And being black. So Let the record reflect. Let the record reflect. It ain't happening. Stop it. Stop fooling yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're a side
Peace.
All right? Side piece. That's why you have those songs.
Not the two fingers.
Side piece.
Peace.
Peace. Deuces. Because when it's all said and done afterwards and he's finished where he needs to finish with you, what happened?
I'm going home.
Deuces. Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? So
on to something better, better.
Thank you.
So, quick question. I have you three men on the show. Have you guys ever had a main partner and a side partner?
Never needed it.
Let me.
I know you heard me.
Never needed it. I rather leave. I rather leave a relationship than have that, because I don't need the headache. Because you're right, feelings. Right, when feelings. You said it earlier. When someone catches feelings, someone's bound to catch the feelings, and it's not going to be me. So, and instead of me putting myself in that predicament, I rather just cancel out that relationship if I know it's not working, and go find something new. Right? It's just like a married man. I don't judge no married man at all. Right? But if you have to step out on your wife, then something's not right at home.
Yeah.
And if you're not trying to fix that situation at home,
then
leave.
Exactly.
Now, some people will say some people will say no. Let's call it 100. You said something earlier too as well, that the man could be perfect. His wife is perfect at home and everything, but he still got to step out. That's called a thrill, right? That's what it is. It's called a thrill. Can I still do it? Like, you know what I mean? And some people say that that's an alpha male. Like, that's just something to get himself going. And says, yeah, can I still do this? Am I that person that I was 20 years ago? Right? Can I still have that one wrapped around my finger? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I make her do what I want her to do for me? You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it, it's like, yeah, it's a challenge. But once you conquer that challenge, then what happens? You find something new, so then you're creating something else after. And like, you're creating headaches, then what will happen after? When that side piece catches feelings, because she thinks it's more than just a side piece, what is she gonna do? I'm gonna call your wife. Right? That's what happens, right? You better break me off something. You better buy me that Gucci.
Can you tag me in?
Oh, of course. High five. Go ahead.
So you see, this is what I'm talking about too, because the feelings. You see, that's the problem.
Feelings
with this whole situation. Not in the contract of being a side piece. It says you should have feelings. I don't want to hear about your feelings. I don't care about your feelings. This is what it is. And this is where some women put themselves in this situation thinking that if I give him my all and show him that I am better than the girl that he's with, he will come to me because he tells me so. Shut up. You're pathetic.
Facts.
Pathetic.
Facts.
From head to toe, pathetic. Come on, man. Really? Come on, man. And that's the thing. If you could eliminate the feelings from it, maybe that situation would be more beneficial for you. And nowadays, these women are hearing that they don't really need a man, or a man cannot touch me unless he has his money right. Hey, yo, do your thing. You're thinking logical for your situation. Your heart's not being hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because of the position you're in. But I just find it interesting when girls put themselves in a situation where all of a sudden now, oh, my feelings matter. What?
I'm a victim.
If your feelings matter, you wouldn't be in that situation in the first place. Period. Because obviously, if your feelings matter, you would respect who you are. And say to myself, like, you know what? As much as I care about you and I need you, I can do better all by myself. Na, 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 na.
Okay.
So, you know what? I hear you. We hear you, Mr. I Am. We hear you. But again, you know, as we're finishing up, Mr. I Am.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, again, the culture And
It's not a
you
culture
know,
thing. Stop this. Stop this. It's not a culture thing.
It's part of the culture. It's
No,
part of the when I mean culture, I just don't mean Caribbean culture. It is a part of the culture. Look at soap operas. It is a thing. So it's part of the culture. How do you guys think, you know, if need be, I'm going to add, teach our future generation about this? Do we tell them that this is not a good idea? Do we tell them to live their life? Do we tell them to enter into these situations very carefully? What is it that we can do as a society to change this if you feel like it needs to be changed?
What you want me to answer that, Howard?
I believe
I'm not raising any side pieces out here. I'm telling you that. I ain't raising no side pieces. I'm raising #1 gold medals. We're not doing that. So we need to actually, we have to obviously explain and tell, because I have a boy and a daughter. You got to let them know their worth, their value. If they're not willing to pursue you, anything like that daddy did to mom, it's not acceptable. We ain't doing that. You don't need to settle. Like they said, you can do bad all by yourself. I'm not trying to bring those type of generation. You got to know this stuff. But it's up to us to build each other and let us know, like, at the end of the day, be okay with yourself too. You can be comfortable with yourself. You don't have to always be in a situation. So that's something I'm going to teach him. If that's something you want to enter, but you have to understand that's a tricky web. Very tricky web.
Well, Dana,
you're dealing with people's emotion, everything like that, and it's tough. But me raising my babies and letting them know side piece is okay. Nope.
Well, Dana, you hit it on the noggin, right? And you got to remember, right? Am I allowing society to teach my kids, or am I going to teach my kids? Right. So, right. Why am I gonna allow the media to say, okay, it's okay to have a side piece, and in all fairness, it's not good to be a side piece. Like, you know what I mean? So let's call it spade for spade. You teach your kids for them to become better than how you are, or your partner is, right? You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna teach your kid to say, hey, respect, right? Because that's what's missing right now, is right. It's the lack of respect. Yeah, we grew up listening to hip hop and all this stuff, and we have men say whatever they want. They have bare side pieces, right? But a man can only have a side piece because a woman wants to become a side piece. If a woman decides not to become a side piece, there is not going to be a side piece, right? So when these things happen, it's like, we got to take the onus for ourselves and say, hey, well, why are we allowing ourselves to become a side piece? We shouldn't allow ourselves to become a side piece, right? And we got to move forward and, you know, find somebody better, right? That's just what it comes down to. If you think you're a diamond, then you're a diamond, all right?
Right.
But if you think you're less, if you think you're nothing, then you're gonna get treated like nothing, right? That's just what it is.
And we have to teach our children, you know, like you said earlier, like I guess said earlier, that, you know, teach our children to if it's not working for them, then to leave it. Right?
That's correct.
If it's not working for them, if a relationship is not working, then to leave it instead of staying in that and then creating more problems.
That's facts.
Listen, but we got to be honest sometimes, because a lot of these parents out here were side pieces and they had babies out there and they're very salty and passing that on. I hate to throw that rhapsody here, but people need to
I have a lot of mouths that you're far away, you know. You, Dana. Wait till you come back. We catch you.
Now they're all salty because the man didn't even choose them, or the women didn't choose them, and they're gone on their way.
Right.
What's my favorite one? How do I?
Speaking of goodbye, man, it's almost time to go. We have less than a minute. So first and foremost, I want to take the opportunity to thank Dano, Jareen, my boy Gems. I'm your boy, Mr. I Am. I want to thank our sponsors, Zone 6 and Showbiz Inc. So on behalf of all of us, we have about maybe 30 seconds. And what I would like to say to everybody, all jokes aside, if you are the diamond that you say that you are, you don't need to be a side. There's no such thing as side jewelry. You know what I'm saying? So be that diamond, be that beautiful person. Love yourself before you can love anybody else. And I'm your boy, Mr. I Am.
Mr. I Am.
You know, I'm your boy, Mr. I Am, and that's talking truth and whatnot. So I'm Mr. I Am. I'm saying goodbye. This is my girl, Jareen. And
Miss Jareen here. Sorry about tonight.
It's your boy Dano, the one and only King Country Boy in the house.
and you guys have a good night and take care. Be blessed. Yeah.
All right. Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Peace, them. Jesus. Yeah, this is crazy in this episode. Oh.
You to join me each and every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. for Honey Drop here on iLive Radio. Journey with me each week as I spin the latest international sounds in new soul, R&B, hip-hop, and a little taste of everything in between. Every show features independent producers from across the globe in the beats beneath, and the 10 sweetest vibes of the week smooth out the night in the 10 Drop. Honey Drop, each and every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, here on iLive Radio. Serving up